Yo, what's up everybody? It's Superfly Fat Guy 859 coming at you again. And I'm coming at you with a video on my EDC that doesn't change very often. But why I think EDC is the most practical hobby you can have. The reason being, I can't think of another hobby that is more useful than EDC, because everyday carry consists of a ton of different things. But basically what you're doing is you're carrying things that are used to make your life a little bit easier. For example, if you're stuck somewhere and it's dark, well, you have a flashlight. If you have to cut something, rather than, searching for a knife or having to ask somebody if they have a knife or whatever, or using some object that is, a piece of glass or something, you know what I mean? Something that is going to take the place of a knife. Well, you have one. You know what I mean? And even you can have just a wallet with some things that will make your life a little easier. I mean, for instance, I carry a little credit card with duct tape wrapped around it in my wallet. Just little things like that. And you don't have to have this whole thing. You can set up a micro EDC kit, and it weighs next to nothing. It weighs maybe 3 ounces, if that. Oh, of course, it's going to weigh whatever you put in it is going to affect the weight, but I'm not going to show what's in this because I'm going to do a dedicated video on this. I've been carrying this. I normally don't ever carry anything in my back left pocket. But I have been throwing this back there as a just-in-case item. Just a few things that would come in handy if I needed them. Your keys. I mean, you can make an EDC kit just out of your keys. Now, I don't like to have big, bulky, heavy keys. Just because I had problems with my ignition in an older car where the keys just snapped off. It just broke off in the ignition. You could have just busted into my car and stole it because it'd start right up without the key. Anyway, but you can set up an EDC kit, a whole kit with your keys. I mean, they sell so many little keychain tools now, and they sell so many keychain flashlights now, and different. I mean, who was it that I think it was RPM Idaho that I just saw a video on of a tiny, tiny little flashlight that's probably smaller than this. That's like 120 lumens. I mean, you don't need anything more than that on everyday tasks. But it's so practical. I mean, you have a paracord bracelet or a paracord key fob. If you ever need any kind of cordage for anything, now you have it. You know what I mean? And then, of course, a watch. That's kind of a given. Watches been around forever, but I just think that this EDC hobby is the most practical hobby you can have. I sat here and thought about it. I can't think of any other hobby that's more practical. Obviously, there's more, like firearms. You can protect your life a whole lot better with a gun than you can anything here. You know what I mean? But that's one dedicated thing, whereas EDC can also incorporate a gun too. And then, I thought about maybe, well, if you can work on cars, that's pretty practical, right? But again, that's one application. You just work on cars. If it doesn't have to do with cars, you're, kind of screwed. So, I mean, this hobby, I think, is so cool in the fact that, well, one, it's so diverse. I mean, there's probably 100,000 different things that you can carry with your EDC, and from 10 or 15,000 different companies. Of course, that's all made up numbers, but you get what I'm saying. I just think that if you're not an EDC kind of guy, you really should check it out. You should ever look into the micro flashlights, the little bitty multi tools. I mean, this is something that technically you really wouldn't need anything else here except for a flashlight, of course, and paracord. But like a knife, it's got it. Bottle opener, it's got it. Tweezers, well, it's got pliers, but I mean, I've used them as tweezers. I mean, it's got everything you need, and it's 25 bucks, and it weighs, I don't know, 2.5 ounces, 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces. And I love it. As you can see, it's got some wear on it, boy. I've carried this thing for a very long time now, and it's always in my pocket, always. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. I feel like I might be preaching to the choir though, but if you watch my videos for one reason or another and you're not into EDC, which stands for Everyday Carry if you haven't picked that up yet, you should definitely look into it, man. Look into these micro little items, kit, whatever. I got a review on the Leatherman Squirt. I got a review on the Olight S10 Baton. I got a review on the Kershaw Blur. I got a review on the G-Shock. I mean, I got a review on everything. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, definitely go back and check out my older videos and look into it, man. If you're not an EDC kind of person, but I think you should be. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And everybody, take her easy.